Hi there, it's Jen from modernmedicinelady.com and the Empathic Woman System, and the word of the day is control. And this is a really loaded one because I think that there are places in my life where I know I can control things and where it's my responsibility to control them. And then there are other places in my life where my attempt to control something makes me absolutely miserable and is actually ineffective and does not serve the greater good, or does not even serve me. It just makes me miserable. And I was thinking about this in relation to my work as a tattooer, and I think it's a real example of exactly how this works. Because I've been tattooing I've tattooed thousands of people over the last 17 and a half, 18 years. Actually, it's coming up on, I will have been in the industry for 20 years in July. And so I've worked with a lot of people, and there's something I've really seen, and that is when people resist the discomfort, when people don't want to feel the pain, when people want it just to be over, they make themselves miserable. The process ends up taking longer. They tend to fidget more. They tend to want more breaks. They tend to just really have a hard time, which in turn affects my ability to actually do a good job. And so it slows the process down. It affects my ability, and we can never really settle. And I've definitely had the experience personally where I've had a couple times where I've been getting tattooed where I was resistant and uncomfortable and I just couldn't surrender to it. But what I've seen conversely is that when people surrender to the process, when they just accept that it's uncomfortable and that, and that it's something that's outside of their control, that they've chosen to do it, and that's was their choice. But the fact that it's uncomfortable, that's not in their control. And they can still relax about that anyway. So it's sort of like, even though this really sucks, I'm just choosing to relax anyway. I'm choosing to let it be okay. And what I've seen in that willingness to relax and that willingness to surrender to the pain and to surrender the control is that people have this amazing way of sort of finding their sweet spot, and miraculous things happen. And I can tell you in my personal experience, I've had moments that have been painless and sublime, like remarkable, beyond anything I even imagined I could experience. And I know that has been true for a lot of my clients as well. And one of the things that a lot of people will say is, yeah, there were a couple moments that were uncomfortable, but overall, it was really not uncomfortable at all. It was surprisingly easy. Wow, that went so fast. I really didn't expect it to be so simple, so easy. That was completely different than I was expecting it to be. I learned so much. It was so much more than I was imagining it could be. And that was because they surrendered to something. They often surrendered to the numinous, to the possible, to a power greater than themselves. And so right now, for me, I'm sharing this because we are on the eve of the electoral vote. And one of the things that I've noticed with myself is that I've been kind of straddling between the part of me that has been in the place of surrender and letting go and trusting in a higher power and in a divine force greater than myself that will restore our planet to sanity. And then this other part of me that has been like in this kind of willful political action, resistance, outrage, where I've been kind of getting indignant and sort of like getting into this place of really white knuckling an expectation and a hope and a desire. And I've just been sort of sitting at this kind of on this seesaw between these two feelings. And what I've been realizing is that this does not serve me. I don't think it serves anybody. It's certainly not affecting any of the people that I'm frustrated with, because they have no idea that I'm indignant. And what it's doing is it's really taxing and siphoning off my serenity, siphoning off my calmness, and taking away from my ability to be calm, to be grounded, to look for alternative solutions, to look for a different way to approach these things and to see things with hope and resilience. Because as long as I'm fixed on one particular outcome, it's very hard for me to allow for the possibility that there may be something beyond my wildest dreams. So right now, what I'm really aware of is that what I know serves me best is the willingness to let go of control and the willingness to turn this whole thing, all of the stuff that's going on this planet right now, to turn it over and trust in a power greater than myself, to trust that there is a divine force, that there is love and kindness and a healing principle that and a resilience that is perpetually going towards growth and health, that is greater than me, that is ultimately driving this bus, and that I can step out of my attempts to push the river and go over to the place where I am more effective and calmer and able to be of service, because I'm not trying to control something that is way, way, way bigger than my puny little one human being self. So my question to you right now is, where do you notice yourself trying to control something that is way outside of your scope? Where are you potentially white-knuckling something or looking for a particular outcome or thinking, having some idea of what result you know should be happening? And how's that affecting your serenity? How is that affecting your effectiveness? How is that affecting your ability to just be present in your day-to-day life? And how do you recognize that line between what you can change, what you can control, the actions that you can take, versus those points where you've really stepped over into trying to control something that you are ultimately powerless over? So I'd love to hear what you have to say. Please leave a comment below and let me know what you think about all of this stuff. And until next word of the day, I am wishing you peace and ease. And if you feel like joining me in the world of surrender to a power greater than yourself, then please come on over to the faith pool. The water is fine. And meanwhile, while you're at it, please go like my Facebook page, Modern Medicine Lady. Subscribe to my YouTube channel. Also, it's Jennifer Moore, Modern Medicine Lady. And go take my What's Your Empathic Type quiz to find where you fall in the empathy spectrum at empathicwoman.com. And like I said, until next word of the day, or until a silly animal video on the Joy Challenge, I am wishing you so much ease, and I'll see you very soon. Peace.